Okay. Kyle, here's a prison question for you. So the prostitute that previously owned one of my Lamborghinis is currently in confinement. And there's constant requests that we somehow arrange an interview of her in prison.
Yeah.
I assume that is not a realistic thing to accomplish for a YouTube video. But in your experience, is it?
So she might get in some trouble, but of course you can't. So what you'd want to do is write a letter to her and ask her if she'll give her your phone number, your address, let's just say that, and your name, and she can add, if it's like my system, then she would add you to the like data bank so that she could then call you from the prison phone. And then she could call you, and we had 15 minutes, and you could record that phone call. But she might get into.
You throw some mackerel in there, you might get 2 phone calls.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you may have to pay, and maybe in the letter and say that, you know, hey, I don't know what your phone calls cost, but I would compensate you, you know, because ours were like $1 a minute or something like that, or 40 cents a minute, something like that. But I wasn't allowed to do that because I asked permission rather than forgiveness. I was like, hey, what if what do I call my buddy? And he records me telling him what's going on in here, and then he puts it on the internet. And they were like, "We already had somebody run a damn radio show out of here. He was calling into the local FM station. Not again, never again. You just wait till you get out." And I was like, "Cool, all right."
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was your prison guard?
Yeah.
Well, the other issue,
my career's not doing so well.
You know, it's I don't know that I assume at this point she's probably aware that we've talked about her.
Maybe.
But I have no direct knowledge of that. And so revealing that in such a way could open up a can of worms that I may or may not be interested in.
You know, you don't have to tell you're recording it.
Are you saying you wouldn't want Kimmy to come to shack up with you for a night or two?
I don't
heard
want
she
her
puts
to
out.
know that we've introduced her description
She's a
to
literal
somebody.
whore.
I mean, literally, Ed. I mean, you've got you got Graham and you got another baby on the way. She could be a nanny, reformed.
She seems like a real homemaker. Yes.
She could be.
There you
she
go.
could be something. It's got those kind of letters in it and stuff. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, is she in like a county jail or something?
I don't know. It's a I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Does that change things? Do you think that?
Yeah. The rules and stuff, and like how easy it is and how much it costs and what the limitations on the phone would probably vary from institute to institute. You know, for all I know, she's got a cell phone in there and she could just fucking call you straight from that and nobody would ever know, you know, if she's.
Well, I mean, if they don't know any different, I mean, if you made the phone call, you just made a phone call.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, then we put it on the internet for millions of people to watch.
Yeah.
Anonymize it.
It's a little bit of a wrench in the plan, I suppose.
You have to give her name up. Like you could tell the story without prison guards.
It's Mimi, cell block 3, Talladega.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to go down that road.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't get in any trouble. It would just be her that could possibly get in a little bit of like trouble in jail, but you know, not like legal trouble.
Could she have a visitor and do it that way?
Oh yeah,
record it?
Mindhunter style.
Oh, yeah, you could do that for sure.
Through the glass, that would be even better.
We didn't have glass. We had a nice little room that you could go to and sit right across the table from them, and they could come up. You could hug each other and all that stuff.
Like
I didn't
like
outdoor lawn furniture, kind of like. What did it look like?
No, like in like as soon as you walk through the doors, we had like a visitation room. And it's all open, and there's like tables with chairs all around them, all throughout the room. It's a really big room, and you could just sit there with your family and talk to them for. I don't know how long it was, an hour or 2 hours, a couple times a week.
What about conjugal visits? Could you have had them in theory? No,
I don't think that's a real thing.
That's not a real thing?
Not that I know of anything about. Certainly isn't something that could ever happen where I was staying, because these guys have wives. Furlough was a thing that they could give you. They could give you like they could basically let you out of jail for a little while to go have some fun. It's what it seemed like to me. I think the purpose of furlough would be like, all right, you leave, you've got 72 hours to be in that prison in Florida where you're being transferred to. You better show up now. Don't be late. And they do a thing like that. and they do like work furlough where they would just get out to go do a job or go to work, but they didn't really give that up, like the recreational type of furlough at the prison I was staying at. Guys real pissed off about it.